Hi everyone, Ceri the Crafter here. A couple of days ago I did a post on Facebook where I said I'd been working in my glue book and I'd finished the backgrounds of my art journal, and I've had a few requests saying can we have a look at them. I don't normally share my art journal, and if I did I'd probably do it when it's finished, so this is going to be sort of a process shot. So just a few things. I like the Diane Reevely art journals. She's got really good paper in them. They fold flat. There's a lot of things I like about them. I've used several art journals in the past. So Diane Reevely art journals I really like. I'm quite a fan of Diane Reevely's work. So when we're looking at the backgrounds, and remember these are just backgrounds which will then be enhanced. There'll be pieces put on the front, then there'll be borders. Some of them are going to very much be in the style of Diane Reevely. Also, because I've used her paints throughout it, I've used acrylic on here. However, any stenciling has been done actually is with my own stencils which I've made, and they're just for me. Also, any tools that I've created, let's see, things like this that I've created for my jelly printing, I've created. So I haven't used anyone else's equipment except my own. So anyway, let's just flick through and I'll tell you what I'm thinking as I go through. But there isn't really a lot to say. I will eventually decorate the cover, but I tend to leave that to last because otherwise it just gets messed up anyway. So something I did do is, if you do buy one of these, this isn't how the pocket normally looks. The pocket is normally one large one, but for me, I split it in half and made it two because I found two pockets a lot more useful than one. And I very often slip bits of paper and stuff in there. So let's have a little look and see where we're at. So I've gone quite bright on some of these because I know that I want to try and break away from my normal. So this was just jelly plating with a couple of my stencil pieces, and also I've got a small rectangular and I've got an oval jelly plate. So I've just overlaid, but let's remember guys, these are backgrounds. These will eventually have borders on. I'll probably stick images and text and word on top of it. So although this seems very bold and in your face at the moment, it'll get really knocked back when other stuff around the back of it. Again, round jelly plate there. This was my dot stencil. This was my tumbling block stencil. And if anyone's asking where do you buy those stencils from, you can't. Currently I haven't found anyone that I want to actually work with to develop a range of stencils, because I think there's a lot out there anyway, but they're all hand cut for myself. So this was just, I made one of those. Let's see if I can find it. There you go. All I did is I got some foam core, cut it into diamonds, stuck it onto a piece of, I call this grey board, I think the Americans call this chipboard, and I just use it as a tool when I'm doing jelly printing. So again, quite like that one. I don't know what I'm going to do with some of these. Some of them actually speak to me. Like for some reason this one says Halloween to me, or it says witches. I don't know whether it's the big moon and the colour, so this one might have a witches theme on it. I'm not sure. Depends on what I feel like when I do it. Again, just quite a plain black background. This one, I like diamonds, and I actually went and did some scraping through on my jelly plate again. Let's have a look. So this one to me, just, it looks like the ocean, so I'm very likely to put maybe octopus tentacles in there and maybe a message in the bottle, or I don't know. It's when I come to create something in my art journal, once I've got past this stage, what I normally do is one day I'll sit down and I'll flick through all the pages, and when one of them speaks to me or calls to me or gives me an idea, I'll go, right, and I'll work on that page. So again, I just used a jelly plate and I combed through it and blended some paint. This is one of my stencils, another one with numbers on. I like numerals. I've got a stencil I created for myself called Melting Honeycomb. There are plenty of stencils out there, guys. Don't get hung up on the fact that I've used stencils that you can't find. I've not invented the wheel. There are plenty out there. So again, this one I quite like this. This says like sunshine and fire to me. So who knows? Again, using colour schemes I don't normally use. I'm usually a lot more sedate in them, but I'm really looking forward to the challenges of going, how can I make this into something else? Again, coming through. It's not very often I do the two sides the same, because doing a full 2-page spread can be quite intimidating. So I would do one and then I would do the other. However, because I've tied the colours through here, I could actually put them together if I want and just join them up with theme or a text. Here I have done a 2-page spread. Not sure what it'll be. This may actually get another layer put onto it, because if I turn out that I don't like it, I might actually stencil another piece on or put another layer on. I'm not sure. So again, more and more. My trouble is knowing when to stop, because I love this process so much. I keep piling and piling and piling layers on. The end of it, I just end up with a mess. So trying to stop. Also, because I'm OCD, I'm trying to free up creativity, because I find if you're OCD, sometimes it just stops you being creative. So, and that's probably why I like Diane Reevely, because she's just like, have a go, do it. And she's OCD as well, and I appreciate the fact that she's broken through that, and I love that. Again, to me, it looks a bit junglish. The diamond one again, quite like that. That one might have a flamingo on it or something. Maybe some tropical fruit, or maybe a couple of cocktails and a cabana, I don't know. I loved this one. This wasn't planned at all. There's another one underneath this, and it was really too pale and not speaking to me. And I went, I want something different. So I just grabbed, I think it was called Squeezed Orange, the colour acrylic that she's got. And I think it was Pillar Box Red. And I put them down. I went, right, bang, pulled it off, went, I love that. So I can see a phoenix in there. But never mind, we'll see what happens in the future. What I'll do is, as I do a page, I will actually share it with you later on. It may not be a video, but it might actually just be a photograph or something. If you're watching and following Ceri the Crafter on Facebook, you'll see them there. Again, trying to be a bit more subtle. This was so neon, and I was like, you know what? I'm not a neon type of guy, but I'm going to leave it and see how I cope with it. Again, I can always put a layer over the top. I could white gesso that and start again. So, popping through. Loved this one. That to me is just coffee and chocolate and snuggled up in front of the fire. Yes, I am a bit of a lunatic. Don't know why that shouts Christmas to me. I'll see where that goes. Not sure. I love this one. I think it's the colour scheme in this one that really worked for me. Again, bit dark. Not sure. I might go in and stencil something white on top of that, so you see that coming through. But again, I don't know until I actually get down to it. Double page spread. I really love this. I'm beginning to like this whole green and teal and blue combination, so that works for me. What that becomes, do not know. This was another interesting one. I can't even tell you how many layers of paints are on that one, but I really loved it. So that's another one looking forward to do. Again, chocolate, to me, that's probably going to be chocolate bars or hot chocolate, not coffee. But this says desserts to me. So this one I used something that had gears in it. I'm not sure about that. That looks a bit too predictable to me. So that may get reworked. There may be another layer of paint or something on top of that. I'm not in love with that, but I'm leaving it because it could grow on me. Again, with this one, I wasn't really sure. I pressed all these cogs in and did all that, and I went, no, that's just trying to manipulate what my imagination wants. It's not inspiring me, so that's another one that might get worked on even further. Like that. Now, yellow isn't exactly a colour I reach for very often, but I did like it. This one I loved. Loved the whole paleness of it. This one looks like the desert to me, so it's another one. Again, it was just doing stuff. I mean, you don't know what these things are going to look like until you've done them, so just absolutely sitting down and just banging these out, trying not to think, trying not to premeditate something. So again, I quite like that one too. That one actually wasn't jelly plated. The background was done with baby wipes, and then I stenciled the blocks over the top. Absolutely love this one. If that isn't jungle, I don't know what it is. I think these to me remind me of bamboo. So don't know what that's going to become. That might become oriental. Who knows? Again, dots and dots. Now I did this on purpose because although that's not a double page spread, I can actually link them together because they've got the circles and the colour in them. So just trying something new for me. Again, love that. This, I like that. That just says foliage, botanical, floral. I love that. Again, I like the diamond one. I'm glad I made that embossing tool. Got a bit dark there, but you know what? That almost says army or military to me. So again, not sure whether this needs something else. I'll play with it. I'll see as I go along. I'm not married to anything, and I don't care what anyone thinks. This isn't about judgment. This is about the process of releasing my creativity and just having some fun with it. Having some downtime. I tend to find myself working. And this year, my aims and goals, because I don't do resolutions, was all about trying to be a bit more free, trying to give myself time to be creative. And that's it. As you can see, this is what I mean by it gets really messy. So that's my art journal. So I'll do a flip through of my glue book in another video another time, guys, because I don't want this to be a long video. So anyway, for those who have asked, hope you like that. I will try and share with you as I complete pages so you can see the before and after and see how it went. Okay, as I mentioned, if you want to find me on social media, Facebook is @CeriTheCrafter. If you want any digital downloads from me, go to Ceri the Crafter on Etsy. I do have digital downloads of some of my art journal backgrounds, and I think in the future I'll be doing more art journal backgrounds there as well. I just haven't planned that far ahead. So, it's Ceri the Crafter, Ceri the Crafter, and I will see you again. Take care, guys. Bye now.